White-collar work is facing an existential crisis. As of March 2026, 25% of layoffs in the US were AI-driven. And while most people are fixated on job cuts, what everyone is ignoring are the downstream effects on wages for those who stay. After 7 years in Big Four corporate, I've seen firsthand what separates those who adapt to economic uncertainty versus those who don't. And the vast majority of white-collar workers are nowhere close to prepared. So in this video, I'm gonna expose what's really happening to white-collar work right now, and the one question that will determine if you come out ahead or get left behind. According to Microsoft's AI CEO, most desk work, including legal, accounting, project management, and marketing, will be fully automated by AI within 12 to 18 months from now. White-collar workers have put a ton of time, money, and effort into building their careers. The deal was clear: work hard and you'll be set with a stable, well-paying future. But what happens when the career that was supposed to give you safety is now up in the air? We're already being told to use AI for things like drafting, research, review rounds, and formatting to increase efficiency. So what's left? According to a recent study by Anthropic, the company behind Claude, entry-level roles are being hollowed out first, which means that in the next 3 to 5 years, fewer graduates will get hired, so fewer people will learn how to do jobs. And there will be fewer people to delegate to for those in the middle. Instead, their job will be to manage an AI model. And so far, the downstream effects are the same as with every new technology piece. You're expected to get more done in less time with less human support. And the career that was supposed to pay off is slowly becoming a tighter and tighter squeeze. More pressure, fewer people, and less room to grow. And on top of this, there's one more layer to it that will hit these industries even harder. And somehow, no one is talking about it yet. Professional services run on billable hours. 8 hours on a project should translate to 8 hours on an invoice. And while the reality is more complicated, this is the bottom line, and it's what clients expect when they ask for help. This model also used to work in the firm's favor, because the more complicated the problem, the longer it takes and the more money they make. And clients didn't have insight to how hard things were or how long things were supposed to take. And since companies earn money by the hour, there was no incentive to work fast. But AI is disrupting this way of working, because think about what happens when something that used to take 10 hours now takes 3. The client isn't going to want to pay for 10 anymore. They want it cheaper or they want it better. But the firm's employees still expect the same salary, because they still have the same expenses. And when the firms can't charge what it used to, it has to let people go. On top of that, clients can now ask AI how long a task should take for a lawyer or an accountant, and hold these firms accountable to what they are charging. The information gap that used to protect the prices is disappearing, and clients can question what they're paying for in a way that wasn't possible before. And they also don't need as much help anymore, because AI helps people do more on their own. So it's not just the work in itself has to be faster and that clients expect cheaper or better, the service itself is becoming redundant. So AI doesn't even have to replace you to cost you your job. It just has to make the work faster or unnecessary. And that is already happening across the board. And it's not a new thing either. When machines showed up during the Industrial Revolution, weavers' wages dropped by 2/3. And they never went back up again. The people who lost in this weren't the ones who lacked skills. They were the ones who trusted the system to keep working in their favor as long as they kept adapting and doing what they were told. And right now, employees are receiving the same advice. You're expected to upskill and get ahead with the help of AI. But that will only help if the company still wants to keep you. The reality is that most companies are more interested in cutting costs, and AI gives them decent output at a lower price. And this isn't just one firm making a tough call. Across the industries, companies are choosing to do this. And it's not because they're struggling, it's because they can do this. And they will fall behind in their competition if they don't. So if you want to prepare for that and learn more about what you can do to stay ahead of these AI layoffs, I share more in my weekly newsletter. You'll find the link in the description below. But this should not come as a surprise, because companies have always done what's best for them. Their job is to increase the gap between their income and expenses, and AI is just the newest way to do so. When I was a kid, the path to success was clear. Work hard, move up, get rewarded. That's what I was told. But firms aren't taking responsibility for your career anymore, and they don't care about your growth or ability to fund your personal life. And even if it may sound like they care, they don't. They want the version of you that suits them, and they keep you for as long as you provide more value to them than what you're costing. And with AI, that could switch any second. So, since your job already does what suits them and doesn't care about you, you need to start doing what suits you and not care about them. And if you're only one paycheck away from struggling, it is time to build your own safety net before it's too late. And this goes far beyond saving. The question everyone is asking right now is how they're gonna keep their job with the rise of AI. But it's the wrong question to ask. The real question is what you would do if your job disappeared tomorrow. Who are you without your job? What can you offer if the skills you have aren't relevant anymore? How much of your skills, network, and income is tied to your workplace, and what do you have outside of that? Most people don't have an answer for this because they haven't built anything outside of their job. And that is a dangerous game to play in 2026. Their salary is their only income source, because they never thought that they would need anything else. And if you're in that boat and want to learn more about making money outside of your job, I share more about what I have learned from building a business alongside my corporate job in my newsletter. You'll find the link in the description below. The biggest mistake that I see is when people think that all they have to do is show up and their career will take care of itself for them. But your job doesn't owe you a steady career. That is yours to build. So the real question isn't whether you are AI proof, it is whether you're pivot proof. And if the answer is no, that is where you need to start. You need to build something outside of your job before this becomes your problem. But when most people hear this, they feel lost and think they need more money first. And after 7 years of advising entrepreneurs and taking this leap myself, I can tell you that having more money will not do anything for you if you don't know how to use it. And in this video, I will show you why you can't save your way out of your job and what you should be doing instead.